Hey there, Commanders. It's Too Old for Gaming, and today I'm playing a 10 versus 10 on Tannenberg. I am going to be commanding Task Force 45. I've been having a lot of fun with this division lately, and as you can see, my initial goal here is going to be to capture this small town and then try and push to help take these 3 flags. So I'm bringing in a lot of recon. I've got Cav Scouts monitoring the road, and then an M8 and a T-70 backing each other up. Another M8 sneaking around the corner, and a T-70 to our left to see if anything's coming down this road. In Phase A on this deck build, I only have M10A1 tank destroyers. I do not have AT guns, but I have the T-70, so I figured that would be good enough. Looks like our reconnaissance units are starting to spot the enemy infantry. We've got Kriegsmarine inside the village. Misses that first shot. And my M8 over here spotting the martyr who hasn't seen us. I have a platoon of converted gunners. These are 15-man teams, but they only have a single BAR. The converted gunners leader has a nice ring to prevent these guys from fleeing with the discipline trait. I also have a 50 cal in here. I think the disheartened 50 cals are 5 points less than a standard. So enemies got recon out in the field here. Not sure he spotted me yet. Looks like there's an MG34 moving into position. 2 of them and a vehicle back here. Converted gunner spotting at 50 cal, not M8 taking fire from a Flak 38 and a Martyr 1. Damages the transmission of our T-70. Fortunately, with the pairing here, we were able to knock him out before he knocked out any of our units. MG34 in the building has taken BAR fire from 3 directions, and the 50 cal is just heating up. You can see our recon team is firing as well. M8 on the left, I'm going to try to creep in to provide fire support. You can see he's in Browning 1919 range now. I think my biggest worry with my setup was just I only had an M16 carrier. 39H is destroyed by the M8, and the Flak 38 is about to be knocked out. So we knock out a machine gun nest and an AA gun, some light armor. I'm going to try and probe the enemy's position here with the M8 to see what's around. We spot that Flak 38 again. Hopefully we can knock him out before he goes out of our vision. Not a whole lot of action on our left flank. We've got 2 friendly players here holding off a bunch of Tigers, so happy that's not coming in our direction because they just don't have a ton of tank killing. Stug 4 on the way. The M8 can see him beyond 2,000 meters. I don't know the actual visual range for recon vehicles. If anybody knows, like if there's a table, if it goes up to 3,000 meters, I'd be curious to know. So I'm being aware of trying to stay back 120 meters from buildings so I don't get hit with a Panzerfaust. M10 tank destroyer spotting someone. I'm guessing he was seeing this Stug 4. Let's check out the rest of the map while this is slowed down for a moment. I did bring in an 81 and a command tank. So Jagdpanzer 4 kind of holding things off here with a Hellcat blocking him from advancing. And the woods, looks like we've got some engineers taking on the Brandenburgers and Pioneers. HS-129 knocks out a T-3485. And really not much guarding this area, but we've managed to take most of the forest. So my allotment for my card is 2 M10A1 tank destroyers. I brought both of them in. They do have APCR, but if you play this game for any amount of time, they only come with 2, and I don't bring in supply trucks in A. Somehow Stug's spotting my converted gunners in the Green Woods, so he's probably got reconnaissance in inside the church. M8 is knocked out by a Martyr 1. And now the 50 kills taking a casualty. So, machine gunner takes 2 casualties. Not sure who we can see left. M10A1 lining up on someone. And our T-70 got knocked out over here by this vehicle. Not sure what it is, but we bounced around. It's a Tiger, so definitely don't want to fight him. Pulling back the M10A1 because we're out of APCR. We did, unfortunately, get a penetration on our end. So, can't really see the Stug 4 anymore, but I'm trying to shell him with 81s. He was in a position where he could cut off my reinforcement road along with this Tiger. I really want to get rid of them as soon as possible. No real push-through on this road, and not a lot of defense. So I was a bit surprised that we didn't get rushed over here. Stug 4 gets a crew panic after the APCR penetrates at distance. Shooter killed. I'm trying to move the T-70. These things are usually so fast, but the damaged transmission just is crawling. Can he knock him out? He's going for the Martyr 1. Martyr 1 is knocked out. Crew panicked. 8 seconds left. Having trouble lining up. He gets a shot off and penetrates right through the front. So we still have to deal with that Tiger. He's dueling T-3485s and a Panther. I don't think the T-3485 is going to go through at that distance, but the Panther probably will. So I felt like after we've eliminated the enemy armor, the Tiger is knocked out due to that engagement. I saw some trucks heading over into this area. I'm not worried about that. I thought it was a good time for me to advance our infantry platoon, as these guys are almost completely full. We've got 1 casualty here and 2 on the heavy machine gun. I've got a T-70 in case somebody pops up who can add some 50 cal fire and 76.2 millimeter high explosive. And I had moved the M8 back so he didn't get destroyed by the tank. So now I'm moving him forward so he can fire down this road. I was a little worried about our lack of anti-aircraft, so I brought in a Bofors at this time. And that was right about the time the enemy started bringing in planes. Looks like we have enemy artillery back here. Not sure where he's shelling at the moment. Looks like he's trying to take out the T-70, so he's definitely got optics on me out here. Fortunately, no casualties yet. But Cav Scouts, unfortunately, getting caught out in the open, and these Kriegsmarine leaders have dual light machine guns, so they got pinned pretty fast. I do have fire support back here with the M4 and the M10A1. And these guys are too close to use their machine gun, but I can use my automatic rifles. Cav Scout's almost dead. And another Stug 4 on the way to the front line. I'm not sure if the M10 will be able to ambush him or not. Depends on if he has optics somewhere over here. Looks like he hasn't been spotted. See if he can get that round off. Misses wide right on the first shot. And gets penned in response. Brought in a reconnaissance aircraft just to see what's in here. And I did not realize he had so much anti-aircraft. We got 1 pen in that Stug 4 from the T-70. We knock him out, but we lost that M10, which was, I think they're a bit overpriced at 80 points. Cav Scouts get knocked out by the Porsche Tiger. Always neat to zoom in this game and see the action from up close. So I'll have to figure out how to take out this guy because he's got quite a bit of armor on the front. I'm going to call in an A-36A Apache, which is the ground attack P-51. See if we can knock out this Tiger. Got two 500-pound bombs just off target. So, but we do scare him. And he was in a position to stop me from bringing in reinforcements, so I really want to get rid of him. So, finding more Kriegsmarine. Again, we've got the advantage here of being able to use our automatic rifles. Mech team goes down, and we can see 100mm howitzers in the back. One's dropping on us. 3 of them. Flak Panzer T-34R coming in. I'm guessing the enemy's a little worried about my ground attack aircraft, so I'll need to take care of him before I can call that Apache back in. Now we're in Phase B. I've got some pretty heavy artillery I'm going to call in here shortly to help break things up on the enemy's side. Just a little bit nervous to move this guy forward. I thought I might get ambushed. We already have a leader up here, so it wasn't really necessary at the moment. So another squad of Kriegsmarine goes down. I've brought in the replacement Cav Scouts. I wanted these guys because they're the only units outside of the Nisi squads that have bazookas in my deck build.
Recon team, ready.
And so now that we're occupying the church, it looks like there is a big gun here, a Flak 3788, so he definitely was worried about more aircraft coming in. Unfortunately, he knocks out my M8, and we've got to deal with a Tiger on our right flank. Now that we're in Phase B, I've got the Brazilians coming in as well, which are the same cost as the converted gunners. They just have 3 less men and a BAR. So I guess it's... I mean, the Brazilians I think are better, but they don't have M1 Garands. If you can keep the converted gunners later nearby, then these guys are fine. I brought in a Nisi 6-pounder just to cut off his reinforcements into the village. That came with the WC-25 with the 50 cal on it. So our Havoc's back in. Just trying to see what's there. We can see those 100mm howitzers back there. I've still got 28 shells for the 81mm mortar carrier. I'm going to try to direct it at the Tiger at some point because, again, he's just going to knock things out coming to the front line. I dropped a help beacon on it to see if anybody else has something they could target him with.
Waiting for action.
Our standard AP shell can do 130, so I'm just keeping the tank destroyer hidden. If he tries to drive through, we'll be able to hit somebody on the side, but for now, he's just got to stay in his spot. And I saw a Jagdpanzer, I think, coming in. So the Soviets making a push here towards our left flank flag. Getting stopped by a Gepard and Panther G. So my 8-inch 203s are here. I like to bring these in with vehicles that can move because they get counter-batteried really, really fast. And these things have a huge blast of 9,000. So they are pretty devastating to the enemy, especially when you're in radio range. So we got a Jagdpanzer 4 here, which is also pretty challenging to destroy. 81's trying to hit the T-34R Flak Panzer. And friendly assault team just rushing right in to capture the flag in front of us. So to the right, seems like the player is a little bit hesitant to push through and capture the remaining part of the town. We've got an M18 here who looks like he's going to try and ambush that Tiger. There's a recon squad right there. So the enemy knows what's going on. And see that 8-inch falling and pretty much taking out the 47 mil. Now I'm going to retarget on the Flak 88. He doesn't have recon over here. He'd be knocking this guy out. Looks like that Hellcat got knocked out by the Tiger, and he's going to take out the Sherman here shortly. So I've redirected my 8-inch howitzer to that Jagdpanzer 4. He is in radio range. We can see if we can drop one right on him. That was pretty close. And he's showing his rear to us too. So now that he's moving, I'm going to move my M10 to try and ambush him. And he actually went for the T-34, which I guess that still worked out. Can he take out the Jagdpanzer 4? Misses. And gets destroyed when I try to reverse him. So I'm going to try and hit the Tiger with the Apache now that the flak is gone. And a miss again. He's a little bit damaged now, but still up and running. I still got to deal with this Jagdpanzer 4. I brought in 2 additional tank destroyers. At the top of my head, I want to say I get 4 and B. And our artillery has managed to destroy the 88. So I'm already getting countered here with 3 different howitzers. I do my best to get out of the area before I get blown up. And I'm going to say I'm in the clear now. So no real attempts by the enemy to come down the main road here. So advice for Inferno here would be to bring these guys in at least 3 at a time so that you can get enough rounds off to not take damage. Jagdpanzer's knocked out. I'm not sure what it was. It was probably this T6 Tiger. I'm going to take this command tank and have him back up the tank destroyers. We'll see if we can use these guys to take out the Tiger. Now that I've moved my 8-inch, I'm going to try and hit him with artillery too, because he's kind of our biggest pain right now. Hellcat gets around and bounces. Loader wounded. It was probably the Sherman round that bounced. Hellcat bounces on it again. Kind of surprised the enemy didn't move anti-tank guns in here, or this tree line's a good spot. So we managed to knock him out with artillery. Out of all things. I brought back in a recon plane. It looks like back here we've got a Flak 38 105. But Soviets have captured this tree line, which is huge. And they have RPG 43s, so if enemy tanks or vehicles come in close, they can knock them out. Given that we're making this push here, I've decided that it's a good idea at this point to try and push through this area. We're reaching the end of Phase B. It's a 14:10, 20 minutes on the tick timer. Let's take a look at the rest of the map while our troops get to the front line. So it looks like we did not win the forest battle here, but we have maintained control of our flag. Although, it seems like a lot of shelling has happened. We're holding the town on our end and pushing out in the open. This is strange. Seems to be working, though. And we've managed to get basically the entire forest, so that's great. Enemy had quite a few infantry in these buildings. My 8-inch shells are now hitting this area, by the way, to try and counter those 100s. I brought in a second unit. So one of our trucks gets blown up by the MG-42, but I don't think they took too much damage.
Waiting for orders, Captain.
So our platoon of Brazilians have taken the tree line. Do you have a Jagdpanzer IV creeping in on our right flank and directly in front of us? The Flak 38 is pretty devastating, but I think since he's out in the open here, we can probably suppress him first. Hellcat's bouncing on the Jagdpanzer. You can see I've redirected my artillery to take out this 88 because I was worried about him hitting me in this direction. We lose one squad. It looks like he tried to bring in his hero Bruck, but our anti-aircraft has pushed him back. Alright, Jagdpanzer gets an armor crack crit by the M10A1 and knocked out in one shot. That's huge. 88 can't see us. He's just out of position, so that's good for us. Track's broken on the other Jagdpanzer IV too. That's another win. Shooter killed, so the M18 Hellcat's getting resupplied, and they only carry 2 rounds. Now we've got an elephant to deal with. He's spotting our WC-25. Jagdpanzer IV goes down to what I'm assuming is the M18. And the 88's almost dead from our 8-inch guns. Elephant's spotting our 50 cals. Tried to set up another line here with a 6-pounder and 50. We lose our recon car. I want to say it was to the elephant. And now enemy's going to try and dive bomb us, but doesn't manage to get through. A lot of 50 cal fire. The Bofors knock him out. It looks like he made it away. So I'm going to bring in the A-36 to see if we can take out the elephant. I don't have any anti-tank rocket aircraft. I have a second one coming in too. Unfortunately, I'm guessing we damaged him a little bit, but did not knock him out yet. Artillery for the moment seems to be okay, not getting countered. I'm trying to take out those 100 still. I realized it was a little light over here, so I'm moving the M16 up to cover these infantry. We got the elephant on the run. Seems to be backing up. Looks like we're just out of the town. Having some trouble with these light pre-war tanks. Now that we're in Phase C, I've got Italians I can bring in too. They've got the 2 Breda automatic rifles. And off the top of my head, I want to say they've got Molotovs too. So pretty good for close quarters. Sherman tries to side-shot the elephant. I don't think it's going to go through the side, though. Misses twice. Bad luck. Bounces on the 3rd. Yeah, the side armor on the elephant is 95. He could break the tracks or something, but... Max pen on that version is 90. Got a anti-tank and armor push over here on my right flank, and I am bringing in the infantry so that we can take these flags up here. Called in a B-25. It's got 400 or 500 pound bombs, but obviously not going to be the most accurate. It looks like I changed my mind. I was going to try and drop them on these vehicles, but unfortunately doing that, it got pushed off. That 105 is very effective. And he's flying right over the 20 mil, so he might die. I want to say those are only 105 points, though, so not terrible for an aircraft. He did make it out, so enemy trying to reinforce the sector. I'm retargeting our 8-inch into the area we're going to assault because we saw a lot of infantry going there. I've got my Brazilians marching out in the open, and I've got the Italians on their way.
Ready to transport.
Looks like he has no recon because the elephant was having trouble spotting anything. Might be able to take out that elephant with our 8-inch howitzer. We managed to capture our right flank. And with these guys being able to use the automatic rifle up close, we're capturing the flag in front of us. Got the elephant scared with our 8-inch howitzer shells. He is definitely damaged. If you haven't checked the score, it's a 17-7 with less than 5 minutes to go here in the tick timer. Got our Apaches coming back in to try and take out the elephant. Sorry about that. Alright, we get him with the Apache. So my Mitchell didn't know where to go because I called in him too. I saw this opportunity to attack the Tiger and took it. We got a bunch of Ju-87s with anti-tank cluster munitions. Oh no, we lost an 8-inch. Looks like all the Ju-87s made it through. This one might get shot down. It does. Not sure which unit got it. But after we lost... So we lost this one over here. And the reason why is I had a supply truck reset. He was out of ammo. was too close, so you gotta... There's the ring of resupply. Keep them further away. This was my mistake. We've got a second elephant coming in. Unfortunately, my M10A1 is wasting his APCR because I didn't notice. Bringing more leadership for more radio coverage, although we do have the tank here. The elephant's just hiding in the corner at this point. Enemy just not able to make progress. Our left flank, we've completely wiped them off this side of the map. Looks like they just have this tiger and the elephant really for us to deal with. And I'm going to attempt to shell the elephant. JU-88 S1 goes down. I'm not sure if we'll be able to capture this at the end here. It's not really a point to. Might be able to get a major out of that, but I think you need even more to get a major defeat, so... We'll be getting a minor defeat in this match, and the M10 is fighting the elephant, which is not a good idea. I brought in a P-47 with napalm because I wanted to see if it was effective against the elephant. I wasn't sure. And it really suppressed him. Now, I don't know how much actual damage he did, but being in the fire, I mean, he's falling back and showing side now. But it's going to end, I think, before I'm able to kill him off. So we did actually manage to take this one. Oof. Less than a minute to go. Another Jagdpanzer IV going down. Now, Inferno was playing as 4th Armored. Will the Andrushas kill the elephant before the end of the match? Possibly. Doesn't look like it. I was going to try and move the M10 up, but... Oh, he goes down. Goes down to either, I think, Andrusha fire. And that is the end of the match. We have a minor victory after 33 minutes and 47 seconds. Let's take a look at the team stats. So, not too bad. Ratio is really good. 20-25 to 6-15. Take a look at our kills. Our T-70 did really well against enemy armor. Converted gunner squad costs. Just cleaned up house, I'm assuming in the town. M8 did well. 203 knocked out the Tiger. We had a Brazilian squad knock out two units. And 203 is doing okay. M10 took out some light stuff. Loss-wise, we lost a lot of recon vehicles and tank destroyers to just various enemy armor. And then we lost our... It didn't show up as a loss, but we lost that 8-inch from this supply truck explosion. So, 12% of the kills with 4% of the casualties. That was a fun match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.